This bond, the FXD1 2022-15, is going to pay you your first coupon in under 30 days. The settlement date, or the day when you are supposed to settle payment for your successful bid, is on the 7th of April 2025, and the bond shall pay its coupon on 21st of April 2025. That is under 30 days. Welcome to our review of FXD1 2022-15, which will give you a coupon of 13.9420%. That means that this bond will pay you a net coupon of 12.5478% after considering the 10% withholding tax, which will stand at 1.3942%. Some people argue out that there is risk exposure in investing in government bonds, and what they tell us is about a government defaulting. But if you can look at governments live in cyclic borrowing, and governments are allowed to borrow to repay existing debts. And in such a case, the government would always want to remain in good borrowing books by ensuring that they do not default either in the domestic or in foreign borrowing. And for that reason, as you have experienced maybe, is that the government would rather delay in payroll process than default on debt. Another touted argument is on corruption and a government collapse. Government being the largest consumer in the finance sector, if the government was to collapse, most of the finance systems would have collapsed first. However, we do have the issue of a social vice of corruption when it comes to accountability and transparency in application of borrowed amount. But that aside, there are 4 things that are very important for you to remember as a bond investor. Number 1 is the question on compounding. If you haven't reached a point where you are relying on your assets for your living expenses, you are in the process of building your wealth, then compounding is a very important element in your investments, and bonds do not compound your return, as is the case with the traditional collective investment schemes such as the money market funds, the fixed income funds, the special funds, and also the balanced funds. And this is because on the due date when your coupons are supposed to be paid, these coupons are directly wired to your settlement account. And for that reason, number 2, you must remain an active investor. An active investor is one who is actively involved in managing or reinvesting their returns. And what that means then is that you need to note the coupon payment date so that once these coupons are paid to your settlement account, you reroute them to other investments in order for that return to continue generating more return, and that is what compounding is. Then we have the question of interest risk exposures. If you invest in long maturing papers, then the market interest rates change positively, that is, they improve, your investment suffers an interest risk in that your investment has been tied into a lower returning paper when the market is able to offer or is offering better returns. And for that reason, then you need to diversify. You don't put all your eggs in one basket or in one asset. You need to hold some of your available assets or funds for allocation to investments in your money market funds, all easily accessible avenues to take advantage of better paying investments in future or during the life of the bond that you're investing in. And lastly is reinvestment risk, and that one also speaks towards tying an investment in a long-term paper that is paying less than what we have in the market. But as of today, as per this schedule of the previous treasury bill auction, where the 364-day treasury bill is the one that gives us the prevailing market interest rate, then the current market interest rate stands at 10.46%. And when you compare with the coupon rate of this bond, which stands at 13.9420%, this bond has a higher yield compared to the current market interest rate. That points to this bond being auctioned at a premium. When the coupon rate is higher than the prevailing market interest rate, that points towards a premium on issue of the bond. For our new subscribers in the channel who would wish to invest in bonds but they have not yet created their DAO-USD account, we shall be giving you the process that you need to follow and the documents that you require to create your DAO-USD account after 3 seconds short break, so don't go away. In the meantime, give us a like to this video, engage in the comment section, and don't forget to share the video to another person. See you after 3 seconds short break. Welcome back and thank you for your like and your comments. To create your DAO-USD account in order to start investing in the treasury bills and bonds in the primary market, first you need to have the following documents with you or in your phone, because we are creating this account online. You need to have a copy of your ID, a copy of your PIN certificate. You need to have proof of banking. You need also to have a passport, a colored passport photo. Simply take your phone, if you have a good camera, and take pictures of those documents. On the other side, you also have your active email and an active mobile number. Download the DAO-USD application from Play Store or App Store, and using that information, create your account. The moment you create your email and you program your mobile number, your account has already been created. If you stop and attempt again, you'll be told that your details exist or that account exists in the system. The other records, those documents, and the other rest of the information that you'll be required to feed in, those are KYC information, and it's very important. Continue and key in all those the information that is required. It's about your other mobile numbers, postal addresses, residential addresses, and your settlement account. That is the bank account that you'll be using to transact with CBK, and in most cases it is for payment of coupons and the redemption value, because you can use whatever account you want to use to settle or make payments for your successful bids, so long as that account contains your personal details and you give the right payment key and the required amount for that settlement. You can also create your account by using the CBK web portal. You go to the website and create your account, but the same documents will apply. Now that you have your account, we will look at the other important details with respect to investing in the FXD1 2022-15. We have already looked at the taxation of this bond. Being a bond of more than 10 years, it is attracting a withholding tax rate of 10%. And if you subject that one to the coupon rate of 13.9420, you're going to get a tax of 1.3942, and deducting that tax from the gross coupon, you are getting a net coupon of 12.5478 as your net return from this investment. Bond coupons are paid twice in a year. They are divided into after the first 6 months, you get a coupon, and the other after the end of the second batch of 6 months, you get the second part of your coupon. This bond is paying coupons in the month of April and October. And this being a pre-auction, it means the first coupon or your next coupon, you are getting it the same month you are paying or investing in this bond. And that should bring something in your mind that the bond will attract a higher accrued interest to 100 because of the 4 months or 5 months that have already elapsed while this bond has been accruing interest, because we must be treated, you as a new investor, you must be put in the same position with the existing investors in the reopened bond. And for that reason, then, this bond has accrued interest of 6.4348 for every 100. Looking at that figure, it has been discounted heavily because accrued interest is calculated from the date of the previous coupon payment to the settlement date. The settlement date here is on 7th April 2025, while the coupon will be paid on 21st of April 2025. Such a short duration of time. In determination of the clean price out of the auction, while we are looking at the current market interest rate at 10.46%, the coupon rate for this bond being 13.9%, then automatically this bond will be issued at a premium. That is a price above 100. But because of competition and the fact that the fund managers, who are mainly the competitive bidders, would want or will be looking for higher returns for their fund members during a declining season, then we expect that that adjustment will yield to a suppressed yield, and therefore we don't expect the premium to be that high. But once you had the clean price out of the auction, when you are adding the accrued interest of 6.4348, then automatically we are likely to get a price for these bonds in the range between 110 and 113 for every 100. That is a projection of the channel. And the main purpose of that projection is to prepare you to set aside sufficient amounts above the face value that you are going to bid for to take care of their premium amount or the amount in excess of the face value. And that is to mean if you are bidding for 100,000, have an extra 15,000 or thereabout to take care of the extra amount that will be required to cater for the premium element and the accrued interest. Very important is that accrued interest is not a separate payment from the coupon. You are buying the interest. This is a bond that has accrued interest for the last 5 months from last year October, when the last coupon was paid. From that time every day, interest starts calculating in the system, and you are supposed to purchase that interest so that when the existing investors in the bond will be paid their coupon, an equal amount will be wired to your settlement account as a new investor, because investing during the lifetime of the bond or in a reopened bond, you are equated to the existing investors. So don't expect two separate payments of coupons, one to be accrued interest, then the actual coupon. The accrued interest is a part of the coupon that will be paid in April, and therefore you receive the total coupon, including the interest that you did not earn but you have purchased and the one that you will have earned. You earn interest on the paper or on any investment after you have invested. The interest for the period before you pay for that investment as accrued, but you have not earned it. To earn it is to purchase, and that's why you are being charged an accrued interest element to buy that interest so that it is paid together with the interest for the period that after you have invested up to the date of coupon payment. That is interest that you'll have accrued and you have earned out of the investment. And therefore, the combined amount will pay you the total coupon. And these are the important dates for these bonds. The bidding period is from 20th March up to 2nd April 2025. Those are two dates: the opening of the bidding period and closing of the bidding period. The closing date of the bidding period is very important because it gives us two important events. The first one is the bid closure date, which is the last day of the bidding period, and therefore it becomes 2nd April 2025. And the importance is that that day closes at 10 o'clock. So any bid that is placed after 10 in the morning, that is an automatic rejection. Once that bidding process has closed at 10, then another event happens, and that is the auction. And that is the reason we call that date also the auction date. At 2 p.m. or in the afternoon, after the closing of the bidding, an automated, the auction will take place, and immediately after the auction and the release of the results, then a communication will be made to the successful investors, giving them the payment key and the amount that you're supposed to pay for your successful bid. So you will not need to do calculations. The amounts and the payment key will be communicated to you via SMS, and you can access it in your DAO-ZSD account transaction tab. Those two details are the ones that you require when you are going to place or prepare your RTGS payment with your bank, where you will do either visiting physically your bank for that RTGS, and for those that are able to do RTGS online, you complete your payment through the online channels. After the auction on 2nd April 2025, it opens another window, and that is a payment period. Traditionally, or if you look at the prospectus, because nothing much has changed, the results date used to be the Friday following the auction on Wednesday. But thanks to technology, nowadays the results day is also the auction day, because immediately after the auction, the results are released. Before the introduction of the DAO-ZSD platform, we used to get those, or the results used to be released one day after the auction, and that used to be on a Friday. But since we have technology that has made things easier, the payment period has now changed to the auction date up to the settlement date. So you will have from Wednesday, when the auction will take place on 2nd April 2025, up to Monday 7th April 2025, to prepare and make sure you have settled payment for your successful bid. Once that is done, then your payment or investment will be updated in your portfolio account, where you will notice a change in the number of instruments or investment that you are holding in the portfolio numbers, and also in the valuation. If you have invested in this bond before, the portfolio does not change because you are investing in the same bond. What changes is the valuation, where the value of that particular investment will go up by the amount that you will have invested. And then after that, these bonds will be transferred from the primary market, that is the CBK, to the secondary market for purposes of trading. And that is on the same day, the settlement date. If you have any question relating investing in treasury bills, treasury bonds, or the infrastructure bonds, Put it in the comment section. We'll come back to that comment section and we'll answer those questions, and maybe we'll also take up whatever else you would want us to do next. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.